Hi, welcome to my video, and welcome to week 2 of Veganuary, that time of year where we share all vegan recipes all month long. Today we are going to be making Sabut Moong Khichdi. It's North Indian comfort food at its best. Khichdi is best described as a porridge made from rice and lentils, and it's cooked all together in one pot. This khichdi is going to use the whole green gram, which is something a little different. And in the spirit of Veganuary, we are going to make this khichdi entirely vegan. So let's get started. We are going to use our trusty pressure cookers for this recipe, and the first thing we're going to add to the cooker is a little bit of oil. This recipe also uses a few spices, but nothing too complicated. The first thing we're going to start off with is some whole cumin, and I'm going to add that directly to my pressure cooker, followed by some grated ginger, as well as some grated garlic. And the next ingredient, which is always optional, a little bit of green chili pepper. I like to keep my ingredients moving, so I'm giving them a bit of a stir, followed up by the addition of some mixed vegetables, and you can use fresh or frozen vegetables. Next come the spices, some turmeric or haldi, followed by some dhania powder, which is ground coriander. And I'll just remind you here that exact measurements can be found down below. I'm adding a little bit of water to my pressure cooker just to make sure that things aren't getting stuck. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt now. I like to season as I go as opposed to adding salt at the end, only at the end. Next comes the Sabut Moong dal, or the whole green gram, and these green grams have been washed and soaked for about an hour before. I really recommend this step. I don't think it's a good idea to skip the washing and soaking of the dal. And here's a look inside the cooker. Yours probably looks similar, if not the same. Now I'm using a short grain white rice for this khichdi and not basmati rice. I think khichdi comes out well with a shorter grain rice. It's just a preference of mine. Also, basmati being the beautiful long grain rice that it is and being more expensive, obviously, I think it's kind of wasted on a khichdi. Moving on to the water, you want to keep in mind that the ratio for khichdi is usually 1:3, but in this case, because I'm using dal that still has the skin, I'm actually going to make this a 1:4 ratio. And I'm going to add a little bit more salt before covering it up and allowing this to cook on high heat. It's all downhill from here, so we're going to let this cook for 3 whistles. And in case you didn't know, that is what a whistle looks like. And if you're interested, I've linked more pressure cooker recipes for you in the side cards, so do check those out. But once your cooker has whistled 3 times, it's time to turn it down and allow it to cook for 10 more minutes on sim. Your cooker might whistle again. Don't worry about it. That's okay. In the meanwhile, we're going to make a very delicious tempering. It's also called a chonk in Hindi. So in a ladle, I have some oil. I also have some whole red chilies, some whole coriander seeds, whole cumin, a little bit more turmeric, and oil. Remember, we're keeping this vegan, so we're not going to use any ghee. And allow those spices to crackle very nicely, because once our cooker is off sim and the steam has escaped naturally, we're going to open it up to reveal our delicious gooey khichdi inside. And the tempering, or the chonk, is going to be applied right on top and then mixed into it. And you can see the texture of the khichdi here. It's gooey, it's sticky, it's still steaming hot, and you can see the Sabut Moong dal inside. It's not completely pulverized. It hasn't lost its identity as a dal. You can tell that this khichdi was made with a whole gram as opposed to a dal which is already shelled. So we're going to plate this up in a big bowl, and I'm going to be serving this khichdi with a kachumbar salad. Typically khichdi would have some yogurt with it, but in keeping with the spirit of Veganuary, we're going to omit the yogurt. I'm not even going to serve vegan yogurt with it because I don't think the flavor is really the same. And we're going to serve a piece of achar, which is vegan because it's cured in oil. And here's a look at one of those whole chilies. I can't wait to nibble on that later. But here you have it, a khichdi made from a whole gram, and it's entirely vegan. It's just as delicious as the non-vegan khichdi. And I hope you give it a try. Thank you for spending time with me on this beautiful Veganuary day, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button too, and share this video with everyone you know. Okay, bye.